Les Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Welcome to the den of the Jackson Timberwolves here on live STSPN High School Boys Prep Sports. We have the Jackson Timberwolves and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies in a big-time matchup. It's coming down to the wire. Joining me tonight, it is Kyle Take a Charge Dvorak. How you doing, Kyle?
Oh, we are living the dream. Atmosphere is great. I'm ready for a good game today.
And as always, Ron the Wedge Henthorn.
Hey, Scott, good to be here with you, man. It's a big game tonight here.
It is a huge game, not only a rivalry for the years, but also this is should I stay or should I go now, Kyle Dvorak. If GP, they're all kind of on the losing side right now. They're 3-2. Only 3 get in. There's only 5 teams. Lake Stevens with 4-2, Jackson at 4-2. Mariners at 3-2. GMP, at 2-3. They got to win tonight, Kyle. And they're coming off last couple weeks. They did beat this Jackson team, but you know Jackson's going to want it. So it's a must win more for GP than it is for Jackson.
I hate the term must-win game.
Why?
I feel like every game is a must-win game. You shouldn't go into a game, we don't need to win this. This game is a must-win for Glacier Peak if they think they have even a shot to make the playoffs. But I think they're ready for a Cinderella story. But we are in the den.
We are in the den.
And they're coming off a loss to Lake Stevens on Wednesday, I think. So, you know, they're hurting a little bit after that Lake Stevens loss.
A 1-point loss definitely hurts more than a 10-point loss, I'll tell you that. So I think they're going to be playing pretty angry. No one likes to come into this gym. It's going to be loud. The fans are obnoxious. We love it.
But Jackson's coming in there on a big 3-game win streak, man. They got a big win over Mariner, and they just had a 1-point win over Kamiak, which is like, nobody expected that.
Well, Ron, you had the call for the Jackson Glacier Peak game at GP, where GP was victorious there, 53-49. But Silas Williams dropped 39 in the loss. What did you take from that game?
Well, that's exactly what I took from the game. It was a Silas Williams Jackson game, and it was not a balanced scoring for Jackson, and I think that probably was the reason they lost it.
Absolutely. As you see the starting lineups here, Scott Ohsman, Kyle Dvorak, and Ron the Wedge Henthorn. Joe Lee in the dark unis here, the away unis for Joe Lee, just a sophomore. And he goes, that's Caden Sproul, the 6'4 senior there as well. And here's Trey Lights Out Lechner, number 20, coming into your living room hot there. Boy, Kyle, would you like to see him on the basketball court?
Absolutely.
Take a charge,
I'm taking
right?
a charge. I'm not going to feel good the next morning, but it definitely feels good, especially a football player. And you know how hard he hits. If I take a charge, that's mutual respect right there.
Hasn't played the last few years in basketball. You got for the white Jackson home team number 2, that's Harrison Camp, 6'3 senior. Camp actually averages 13 points a game. He's having a heck of a season. And you also had number 3, Trey Hawkins, a 6' junior. And there you see big 24 off the gridiron as well for Glacier Peak. The 6'6 senior Cooper Jensen, the future Coug, and Trey Lechner heading to your alma mater, the Wazoo. And then you saw big number 5 in white, Silas Williams. Cooper Jensen is not going to Oregon State anymore? What did I say? Oregon State University. He's a beeb.
Down there.
He's a beeb. My apologies to everybody. Well, Ryan, yes, Trey Lechner's going to Washington. So let's clear it up right now. Anywho, you got Silas. You got number 14. You got Ryan McFerrin. Again, 3 double-doubles, averages 9.4 a game. This is the rivalry. It's always good no matter what. We'll take a quick break, and then it's tip-off. Glacier Peak, Jackson coming up next on STSPN.
Crazy enough, that is Wygant's pregame song.
There you go. Maya Saunders, a great rendition there of the national anthem. And we are getting ready for basketball. Our officials tonight, Shane Day, Eric Iflin, Aaron Keller tonight on the call. And so here we go. Lake Stevens now 4-2, Jackson 4-2. They share it here, only 3 going into the playoffs. So this is I know you don't like must win, but if you're Glacier Peak, if you're the Grizzlies, it's a must win.
It's a must win.
At a hostile environment, you got the students out. Here we go. Cooper and Silas up, and it goes to GP.
Cooper beat him on that jump, didn't he?
He did.
And I got to say, if I could grow some hair, I know I'm balding right now, but that kid could be my little brother. He's all lined up today. You know it's a big game.
Go in, Lechner on McFerrin. McFerrin comes down with a rebound. Again, he's got 3 double-doubles, so he can bound. Out up front, Trey Hawkins. As Jackson tries to get in the flow, a little jumper there by Kemp, and he'll get a foul. And Joe Lee's going to get his first.
See, that's you can't have him in foul trouble this game. I'll tell you what. If it's a must-win, Joe Lee's got to go crazy today. Well, he has the potential to. His ceiling is unmatched.
It is, just a sophomore. I couldn't believe it. If you're a freshman at Glacier Peak last year and you start all the games, that's pretty crazy.
Especially for Coach Hunter.
Misses the first, and he misses the second.
That's a good foul. What is it? Ball don't lie? Am I too old now? Does that still apply?
You're so old. Lechner inside, getting it back out. Waldo, 23 in, the 6'1 junior. Too loose there. Jackson, it's a turnover on GP.
It looks like Jackson's playing a little bit more of a just let them catch, keep them in front of you defense, and just make them beat you with how good
There's
they
a
are.
3 downtown, and it's good by Caden Sproul, excuse me.
He's a solid big, too. He can really stretch the floor, so seeing him at a 3 early, bad news for GP.
Get in, Lechner. Double team, pops it out. There's a 3 ball, nothing but McFerrin in for the rebound. So cold start here for the Grizzlies. He wants more. Got it!
Give that kid the ball.
I know I usually have one, but
You're gonna leave me out there. Sproul, all the points, 6. Here's GP. This is what happened at Glacier Peak.
They call him the microwave dinner.
There you go. GP got on. Cooper tries to go up, not there. Gets his rebound and delivers.
I think they may have missed a call there, too.
They're letting him go inside. Cooper Jensen.
And if they let this game get too chippy, the crowd's going to go crazy. It looks like it. Looks like they're not calling anything. That's
Trey Hawkins, the junior.
You know, just like Applebee's steak, that was a tough basket.
Hey, the one-liner. Kyle, take a charge. Dvorak with us. This is fun. 8-2, just to getting going here in the first quarter. Joe Lee, deep 3. Not there, and boy, McFerrin already has 3 or 4 ribbies right now.
McFerrin usually gets a lot of rebounds for Jackson.
Hawkins back out. Silas trying to get involved, not there. Long rebound, Hawkins ends up with it, but I guess he hits the boundary line. It'll be Glacier Peak basketball. Head coach for Glacier Peak, Steve McGarry, filling in for Brian Hunter. Shout out to Brian, Coach Hunter. Likely that he's watching and listening. Gave some good tidbits. Waldo goes in, nice drive, can't finish. Silas with a rebound, pushes. McFerrin off the backboard, and GP comes down with it. Here we go.
Oh, this is a time that they really need to heat up here.
Deep 3, got it. Paxton Bigby, the 6'1 senior.
That's my guy. Taught him everything he knew. one of my best players on a 7th grade basketball team.
Coach Dvorak
Good
knows
job.
them all.
Good job, Coach.
Here's another three. Got it. Oh, he is spinning it. It's Caden Sproul.
I can't believe there's no timeout here by GP. You got to do something to stop this man.
Joe Lee leading this Grizzly team. Lechner.
I mean, he hits one more, they got to call the fire department.
Joe Lee, they leave him open. He takes it right to the rack up against Silas at 6'7", and he's denied. Here comes Hawkins. Back the other way, Camp. Big rebound there by Bigby. Bigby wants it coast to coast. True value, baby, not there. Lechner back up.
There's a lot of contact
And
under the basket down there, guys.
They are letting him go. It was a lot of calls on that earlier matchup at Glacier Peak that you called, Ronnie. There were a lot of fouls. They're letting him go now.
Yeah.
Do you think that's in response to the last game? Maybe someone sent a strongly worded letter?
I don't know. We'll see. Usually when it gets down to late in the fourth quarter, perhaps. Hawkins out front.
I would say you can't let those calls go, because as soon as you start calling them, you weren't calling it there.
Silas with a great interior pass, and McFerrin with a finish.
Yeah, they got GP's crowd silent right now.
Their big win, Jackson over Lake Stevens. We'll talk about how that happened, and Ron talked about it in the pregame here. The formula is to get all three big point scorers involved. If you're Jackson Timberlake, good defense. It bounces into Lechner. And a deep three. Hits the iron back out.
Joe Lee needs to hit the three if they're going to stay in this ball game.
Yeah, he's going to say it's going to stay Grizzly basketball. 2:36 left in the first quarter. It is flying by. Kyle, they got to be gassed a little bit, don't they? Just the adrenaline?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're so hyped up at the beginning of the game. By the time you're right now, you can finally – I'd be yelling right now, just take your breath, slow down for just a second. You're only down 8. Yeah, I can't do math.
There you go. Inbound into Jensen. Sees Lechner on the other side, and he's able to bounce it in. And Trey Lechner gets on the board. 13-7, 2:26.
I do have to credit Jackson's defense if they got Joe Lee shooting from the parking lot.
Whoa.
So I did teach him that. That should have been a foul.
Turnaround jumper. Silas gets his own rebound.
That was an elbow shot
Back
by
out.
Silas.
Camp. And Silas, another OB. Back out to Camp. Sproul, who's been dynamite outside the line tonight. Hale's going to try it.
You can't let him get hot.
Finally, GP and Lechner gets a rebound.
Looks like rat ball going on down there, guys.
Yeah, they're not going to call anything. I'll be surprised if they call. I mean, even
Good give and go there. And
they're letting
Lechner
them play.
just a little short. Sproul, Camp, got it. 15-7, 132. Jackson looking good. A big pick right there by Lechner, and that is not a guy you want to blindly run into. Joe Lee, short, gets his own rebound, backs out, three fake. Great pass into Lechner right under the bucket.
They need that hustle right there. If you're down, you got to do everything you can to get back in the game. So just showing your guys that you're willing to shoot, get your own rebound, make that pass, and score.
Long shot there by Hale, rebound Silas, and Silas gets up, and guess what, kids? That's his first bucket of the ball game, and it's right under the rim.
See, now I'm looking like a bad coach because he's taking charges left and right, and they're not calling him.
Joe Lee working on Camp. Comes in, now they stack it. They double on Lee. 7 on the shot clock. Jensen, tough turnaround jumper. Lechner with the rebound goes up. It's blocked by
He
McFerrin.
didn't get fouled. He got fouled.
Lechner goes up again, and finally the whistle blows, and Lechner is working.
He's getting mad. I mean, I would be too. It's tough down there, especially. I mean, Silas isn't going to give anything up. We might have to start taking deep floaters against him.
First foul on McFerrin.
You say he was 6'7"?
6'7". Lechner, no. And we got our first substitution. McFerrin's going to take a seat. And Mason Johansson comes in, the 6'3 senior for Jackson in the home white. Fleckner misses the second, and Johansson gets the rebound.
You got to play for final shot here.
14 seconds left in the quarter. Hale out front.
This possession right here is who has more discipline.
Johansson fresh off the bench, and he gets fouled by Cooper, and he'll go to the stripe for 3.
That's what I'm saying. You can't make that foul with 4 seconds. They're giving you extra time. Just be straight up. That's a deep 3. Grab the rebound, throw up a half quarter.
Let's see if it costs them 3 points.
Yeah. 3 easy ones.
Right off fresh, just came in, did Johansson, and he spins it in.
And the crowd's not even yelling. That's what I said. I said Jackson's crowd, it's a different atmosphere. It's never going to be the same game no matter where you play. 2 of the same teams, different game, different stadium.
Now you played in this game several times. It's different GP versus here? This is a much tighter court as Johansson hits the second.
It's definitely, there's so much more room here.
Yeah.
At GP, they rarely will bring out that extra side.
Back in the day when I first was going, we talked about the legends of Jackson at the time. Boy, that place was jacked up. That place was packed. Did they?
Okay.
They brought it out last
but that's
game.
only for big games. I swear all of these is all the way up no matter who's playing.
Johansson hits it there. 20-9, 3 seconds left in this first quarter. Stop, pop, long range, not there for Bigby, and we'll head to the second, 20-9. Jackson so far dominating. We'll see what the second quarter brings. You're watching high school boys prep basketball on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
All right, back here at Jackson High School, Scott Ohsman, Kyle take a charge, Dvorak, and Ron the Wedge Henthorn. We got Todd Elvig, our executive producer, 5-tool player, Sarah Elvig on camera. Glad you're with us tonight. Jackson would like to win the league, and Glacier Peak just wants to survive and get that top 3. Silas inside, good defense there by Bigby. Great drop down in McFerrin.
And obviously you go to the quarter, you make some adjustments. They go into one of their pressure zones. I think that's blew up, if I remember. One of my favorite defenses. And just, if you don't have that backside discipline, I think Silas is about to go for 40 again if they switch roles.
Spang in the ball game, hit that, try to get that 3, not there. Rebound, and GP and Jackson's coming. Silas looks over, trying to get, again, Murphy Blackburn, who checked in a little bit at the end at the first quarter, out of bounds. Will stay Timberwolves ball.
Now, if Murph's head is in the game today, that's someone coming off the bench. I know he's putting up big numbers.
Oh, there's a foul in there somewhere.
McFerrin doubled down, and Luke Zimmerman, number 3 for Glacier Peak in the ball game. We'll see if they give him the foul or who.
They didn't call a foul?
They call jump ball. Jump ball.
Held ball, my friend.
Or a held ball, right. They don't jump anymore.
Have they ever jumped? I don't know why they took that away. I think it'd be funny.
Cooper on the block. Tries to cross court. It's intercepted by Jackson. Here comes Hale. Ooh, McFerrin thinks about it. Johansson up top. He wants a 3. And the rebounds are tenacious there. They try again, get a held ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking Glacier Peak should just went to a 1-3-1 and really, really pressured. Those up top threes are kind of what's killing them. They haven't done anything in the corner, but they really need someone to be backside help defense.
Steve Johnson has this thing going. Again, this team, they've been up and down in his 21st season here at Jackson High School. Silas from 3. And Williams with a big rebound there by Johansson, back out. McFerrin on the block, turns, doubles. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Here's a deep McFerrin rim, but 6-7, all of it gets up. No look pass to Blackburn, can't finish. McFerrin still with the ball, and the white jersey's doing a great job on offensive rebounds. Oh, it's helter-skelter, Kyle Dvorak. And they are getting hands all over the place as Bigby excited to finally get a whistle.
There were 2 fouls on Bigby by 2 different guys. They finally called one of them.
They're like, have they hit him enough? We don't. We'll call it 3 pumps.
They're going to give the foul on Mason Johansson his first.
And that's what you give up by being in a zone is rebounds. Because the shot goes up, you don't have someone to box out. You got to find somebody. They just got like 4 offensive rebounds in one possession.
And you got 2 kids at 6'7".
You're not going to win a lot of games like that.
They break the press here, Jolie. Put a lot of pressure on the sophomore Jolie. He has the ball in his hands a lot. Zimmerman had some time last year. He's played a lot this year. This drive in the lane, tried a little floater, not there. Down again, it's broken up by Jolie. And here come the Grizzlies.
That's Joe Island right there.
That's Spang back out. Bigby can't get it to go, and the shooting woes continue here for GP.
They got to be shooting like 10% right now.
Very low. And Steve
I
Johnson, there you go. You saw a little jump.
I didn't. I thought I was going to see
Yeah,
it.
the vertical jump on head coach, 21st year, Steve Johnson. It's remarkable. We'll be back after this timeout. You're watching STSPN.
Riding a bike.
I mean, a little bit of anxiety out of GP here, though. Playing a little wild.
I think it has to do with the crowd, but to lead the orchestra, you got to turn your back to the crowd.
That's sage wisdom right there by Kyle. Never met a charge you didn't like, Dvorak. Did you still? Oh, I think that record got broken, right?
Immediately.
Yeah.
2 years. But I had it for a while. It felt good.
Jackson Camp, he drives the lane, goes up. Blackburn finally gets it to go, and a whistle, and it's going to be an and one. Everything going Jackson's way so far in this first half. 4:38 left to go in the second quarter.
And I got to give a shout out to Brendan Tatro. Let me know. He coached a lot of these guys on Jackson. I have it right here in my notes. Murphy, he's a cleanup guy. He's gotten so many rebounds. You never know where he's at, but he seems to always come down with something, and he's putting that up.
He's cleaning up so much, he's about to be in management. I'll tell you that right now. This kid, he misses that one, so it'll go 2 points for him.
There you go. Don't worry. I'm getting rebounds on the defense end. I don't need to put up points. I gave you 2. That free throw would have been extra.
Trying to find it. Jolie, not there, and Jolie has struggled so far from beyond the arc. Not finding the rhythm. 24-9.
He's way, way beyond the arc, too.
Camp. And that will bounce out. It'll be back at GP's ball. GP just can't get a shot to save their life. Ron Henthorn, they're just, no matter where on the floor right now, it's just not dropping.
Jolie's just not hitting his shots tonight. Usually he's good for a couple of threes early in the game, but he's not doing it right now.
And again, give credit to Jackson as Spang turns around and tries to get that one to go. I mean, Jackson's defense has been outstanding. Blackburn takes a seat. Hale takes a seat. Along on GP, Luke Zimmerman, the 6'4 senior, will take a seat. Bigby back in, Cooper Jensen.
I think if I was shooting threes from that range, immediately pull down and sitting with that kid in the pajamas up top there.
Yeah. The pick and roll. Jensen tries to get over Silas. He's there. Lechner with a rebound. Soft touch, not there. Jolie comes up with it. New shot clock. And nothing going, and they cannot get a bucket. GP. 27 seconds on the shot clock, keeps resetting. Driving in is Bigby, and he draws a whistle, and so he'll head to the line.
I will say, the kids that I coach in 7th grade, there's 2 of them on right now, and Zimmerman, they had a real problem driving to the basket real hard, so I brought a memory foam pillow to practice, obviously with the parents' permission.
Of course.
Obviously, you can't afford a big real pad. Every layup, you're just getting smacked. Next game, went to the line like 13 times.
There you go.
So I know they have it in them to take it to the lane. They're not getting any of these foul calls, and it's hard to make an and 1-3 if you're not getting a call.
Bigby swishes both. 5 points for Bigby for GP so far, and it's 24-11. Sproul spins it. He was hot early, has 9 from beyond the arc for Jackson. Here comes Joe Lee. Gives it up. Deep 3 again. Finally there for Glacier Peak and Nate Sprang.
I got to bring one back. And that's a fisherman's worst nightmare. Nothing but net.
Oh, he'll be here all night. Try the veal. Tip your wait staff, ladies and gentlemen. Hawkins back out. Tries to get the steal. Not there. Camp deep for Silas, and that's a gimme for him. 4 for Silas Williams.
I think Silas is saving himself for the second half.
He had 39 in their meeting just a couple weeks ago in the loss for Jackson.
We talked about before the game we needed everyone else to step up but him, and he's finally getting that help, and you see the way the score is translating.
Spang driving in. Spang feeling it, and he gets the call.
It's the memory foam pillow, I'm telling you.
It is. It's
Coaches
all,
use it.
Absolutely. And the foul is on number 2, Harris Camp, his first. Team's 4th as Spang drops it. So a lot of substitution. And really, you just got to hang in here because each team in the history, we know these teams and these coaches, they'll make runs as he hits the next.
You can make some sort of halftime adjustment. I don't know what it is at this point, but you got to stop them being able to score. They're getting really easy buckets down low, probably from the backside of his zone. Get it inside this much. Jackson is playing really disciplined.
Deep for Camp. This time GP secures it. Cooper Jensen off. Here comes Joe Lee. 1:48 left to go in the half. Zener, Caden Zener, number 11 in the ball game. Just a sophomore. Joe Lee stops, drops, and he gets it. He's 3D Lee, baby.
Joe Lee's feeling it. Give him the ball now.
His first bucket of the night.
And that's kind of what you talk about. I mean, they came in, you know, maybe this is a better team. If it takes you that long to get hot, you don't want to be playing from behind this long. And you got to stop. Mama, there goes that man.
Silas Williams, when he gets you on your back hip, say goodnight. That's going to be tough. Great feed into him. Spang out front. Cooper Jensen now with the ball here in the near court. Zener gets it to Joe. They quickly double. 9 on the shot clock. Cooper. And he drives, and he'll get another foul on McFerrin, I think.
Good move by Cooper to go to the basket like that. It's going to help him a lot, I think.
And that'll be McFerrin's. That's Ryan's second. 15 foul with 50.2 seconds left here in the first half.
And I think their head coach is talking and saying, hey, you weren't calling that earlier in the game. Why start calling it now? Do the refs have the spread tonight?
I think the referees woke up and decided they had to slow it down a little bit.
They're letting, it's almost playoff basketball. Come on now.
I think they were just really excited for the game.
I think they were. How can you not be? They knew who was calling it. Kyle Dvorak.
Yeah.
Jensen for a second. No.
He's about to have a double-double in the first half.
He's not had a good night at the line so far. 0 for 3 for Cooper Jensen. 28-18. Jackson played really well here this first half. 37 seconds left to go. Hawkins for 3, and he drains it. 5 for Hawkins. Boy, unbelievable. They have spread the wealth. Has Jackson. Will go over the scoring as we get out of halftime. Somebody wants a STSPN Adrenaline Fundraiser T-shirt player of the game. Look at the youngster goes in. Camp says no thank you. And Zehner's on the floor, and it's going to be Jackson ball. Zimmerman will check in. Cooper will take a seat.
That was some raw athleticism right there. Someone threw the ball at him out of bounds, and he tipped it to the kid that was already out of bounds.
Oh, he steals it. Could have been steps. Jolie hucks it. Not there. What a fury. I feel like it should be 50-40 or something. It's only 31-18 after one half. We will step away. We'll be back with more. You're watching Prep Basketball. Boys, nowhere else but STSPN. Come on back.
Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the
fighting for each other.
Full practice, Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract taken on.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Ready to go back?
Welcome back to the Den here at Jackson High School, Glacier Peak, Jackson. Big shout out down there in Vegas. Christine Hale, she's got the Jackson cheer team competing down there. Hello to everybody. Best of wishes. Good luck in the Las Vegas area there at that big competition.
Yeah, hey, we need some new footage of the cheerleaders. We were using footage from like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Let's get it going. Scott Ohsman along with Kyle, Take a Charge, Dvorak, and once again, always Ron the Wedge Henthorn with you. Boy, 31-18. Talk about Jackson real quick before we get going on the second half. They had 7 kids, Ron, for Jackson who scored, and all leading with Sproul, and he was done early. He had 3 three balls, 9 points. Jackson was unbelievable.
Jackson scoring evenly across the board with all their kids. It's going to make a big difference if they keep that up to the second half. But GP's got a challenge out there, Kyle.
Dude, what is Coach McGarry saying what are you going to switch up? What's the adjustments,
I
Coach
think
Kyle?
You switch in. I mean, what they were running at the end, wasn't it 9-11?
Yeah.
What they did in the second quarter was working, but you're down so much, and it doesn't show on the scoreboard. You keep chipping away, and maybe you get ahead on that plus-minus for a quarter. Like, you got to keep going. You got to get excited. You can't go into that locker room thinking the game's over.
Look at that.
Cooper Jensen fighting for the ball.
Yeah.
Gets it back out. Here's 3D Lee. Drops it again. There's a jump step. Was that a travel? Is this Europe? What are we doing here?
You see all the body contact in there?
NBA?
If they're not going to call fouls down there, I'd be so mad if they called me for a Euro step. Big man doing a Euro step, you got to respect it.
I guess so, yeah, I like it. Cooper Jensen again.
Big shout out to Kev watching from home.
And there's a whistle before. There's a foul on Hawkins on Joe Lee.
Hawkins grabbing, huh?
This is a great matchup, right? You got Cooper Jensen at 6'6", right? And he is banging down under the boards. And Trey Lechner, who also
Euro steps.
He's doing all of it. Big B out front. They got to get 3D Lee involved. Here he goes to the rack. Up by Silas. No call, and he stuffs him.
You got to be kidding me.
Camp with the ball stops. Pop's not there, but Silas. And Silas doing a lot of dishes tonight. Clearing the plates, back out for 3, not there, and a big rebound there by Big B. That could have brought the house down if Silas hits that one. He had 5 3-pointers in the loss against Glacier Peak a couple weeks ago.
Now GP, all they have to do right now is just keep making a little bit of plays, hopefully get your crowd into it, and kind of try and suck the life out of the gym from their side. But
Jensen trying to draw a foul on Silas Williams and not getting a whistle.
He got the foul just to get the whistle.
Yep, that's got to be the focal point. As soon as I go into that locker room, I'm yelling, rebound, 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 rebound.
Big
you know what I'm going to yell again? Rebound.
Tough shot by 3D Lee right there. There you see it.
Jolie needs to be feeling it like that for the rest of this half.
Only 2 in the first half. His first bucket here the second. Sproul started off deep. Lechner still giving him room. Joe Lee, excuse me.
Yeah, they're not calling anything.
Picks the pocket. Waldo Lechner. And the ball is just flying around. And Trey.
Yeah, he got called on a shot. Wow.
See, that's how you come out. That's what I said. If I'm Jackson's coach, when you go into the locker room, you can't be excited because you know Glacier Peak is bound. It's a game of runs. It's a rivalry game. The rules of this game don't apply to, say, you're playing someone else. Everyone says, oh, Snohomish Glacier Peak, that's a rivalry. It's not. We all know it's not. It's Jackson Glacier Peak.
Yes. And that's a big foul on McFerrin, 14, as he checks out. That's his third foul, and he is a big, important part. Murphy Blackburn checks in to relieve him as Bigby hits the first.
I mean, they're losing some height, but the janitor is back in the game.
There you go.
Cleanup guy.
Bigby doing great from the line so far. 4 for 4 on my count, Ron Henthorn.
You're right on that.
31-22, 6:05 left in the third quarter. Glad you're with us here. Spin off the square, not there, and a big offensive rebound by Sproul. They go right back inside. Triple team, finds his teammate, and Sproul puts it up off the glass. What a pass by Silas.
That's Silas' third or fourth good assist there tonight, which is keeping the rest of the team in the game.
I didn't have triple-double tonight, but, man, he could go for one. Because if you're going to double-team him down there, if he can find people, I mean, you're going through a forest with everyone on GP. Hands are up. They're playing good defense. Oh, he's so strong, he's just rifling it in there.
Cuts it to 9. Bigby there. There's Sproul. He liked it in the first half. Not there, but Williams with the rebound, but his pocket is picked by Jolie. Now's Waldo. Waldo! Not there, but they're going to get a charge foul.
No. He moved his runner.
You gotta love it. Taking charges.
You're Mr. Charge.
That's a hustle play right there.
I'll tell you what, Jolie should have given that ball up, though.
I don't think that was Joe.
Oh. That was Waldo.
Was Waldo? Oh.
Yep.
That's just a young mind, you know.
Yeah. Ty Hale checks in. Gives Hawkins a breather, and Sproul's got 12 points in this ball game for Jackson, the leading scorer. Or excuse me, 11 points. Camp. Big rebound inside, and Sproul is playing his heart out tonight. The 6'4" senior, Caden Sproul.
Yeah, that's a guy that never gives up too. I got to watch him play in Arizona. Just a fun kid to watch play basketball, especially with that height. And he's got 3 threes. That was not in the game plan.
Sam gets it back over to Joe Lee. Camp on him. 4 seconds on the shot clock, has to get rid of it. Lechner one, he got it.
See right there, Jackson student section. Brilliant move. Start counting down before the time so they think they got to shoot. Didn't pay off for him.
Blackburn finds Silas. He gets the low block, turns around, got 3 on him, no call, and a rebound for Sam Waldo. 35-26. We'll see if GP can make a run. Cooper Jensen goes up, off the front rim. Good defense, and Silas comes down with a big bound.
He's looking tired. But I know he's going to still give me another 13 rebounds and 40 points. Yep.
3 ball. Got it. His first tonight.
Just bad mojo today. I knew it was going in as soon as I said something.
A big 3 spot there, 38-26 now. Just when they broke it, the 10-point barrier. Great back and forth and back and in for Sam Waldo. Good pass by Cooper.
See, now we got a game, but GP let it get ahead of them in the very beginning. And it's hard to do anything after that.
3:03. Silas wants another one, and he gets it.
Somebody call the fire department. This man is on fire tonight.
Silas Williams. Fill the plate. He is feeling it right now.
The crowd is chanting, "You can't guard him," and I have to believe them, Scott.
Bigby with the left, a kiss. You taught him that one, right?
Absolutely not. Oh.
11 for Bigby here, trying to hang on. 41-30. Silas now working it. Sproul back out.
It does feel nice that you think I have that in my bag.
Sproul, another spinner! Deep!
He's going to have, what, 16?
Yeah, 16 points so far, and Caden Sproul is putting on a show. 44-30, GP trying to stay in this one. Lechner, and he'll get a foul called on Sproul, his second. Oh no, they're gonna say Williams?
Really? I thought Williams was immune.
His first, team's third. Luke Zimmerman, the 6'4 senior, will check in for Glacier Peak as it's just trying to $1:47 left in this third quarter, trying to get a run going. Joe Lee from way downtown, and he rings it up.
Joe Lee from First Street.
Joe Lee, you want to keep GP in the game if you can keep doing that.
But that's what we talked about before the game. If he's not hitting, and the rest of the team isn't hitting, same thing with Jackson. So Joe's not hitting, but the rest of the team isn't hitting. Obviously, the score shows it. Silas doesn't need to be hitting because the whole team is. Sproul's playing crazy.
First on Paxton Bigby. It's only the team's second foul as he gets caught up in a Silas Williams crossover move there.
I can't believe they called a foul on that. It was right in front of the referee.
Hawkins takes it out, now goes down. Johansson back out deep, 3 ball for Hawkins. Not this time. Here come the Grizzlies. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Joe Lee looking for a screen. No, then they double. Deep again. Got it!
That one may have been from Second Street.
Joe Lee's feeling it.
So far, 3D Lee is the only thing they have to keep them in this game. 41 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Jackson, can they answer? Spang, tough defense. He holds him, and GP gets it.
Now it comes right back down to the discipline thing. Can you hold this for one shot?
Got it to 8. Can they cut it to 6? Yes!
That's why we call him 3D Lee.
12 seconds left. Hawkins. They got Spang, a big size difference there. Looking in Silas. Doubles back on, gets the foul with 1.4 left.
That's twice now. First quarter, 4 seconds. This quarter, 1 second. I mean, you got to pray this kid isn't making the free throws.
They call the foul on Luke Zimmerman, came over to help. That's a tough guard for Spang. Gives up a lot of height. He tried to front him. And Williams at the line. Gets it.
What's surprising, Scott, is it's the first time Williams has been to the line, and it's already end of the third period.
It's a great point, Ron. As usual, bringing it. Ron, the wedge Henthorn here from a pretty packed Jackson Timberwolves den. And Silas answers with 2 from the stripe. Last second shot, too much. We head to the fourth, but ladies and gentlemen, we got a ball game, 46-38. What a comeback, and it's been all 3D Joe Lee. Come on back. We head to the fourth. Glacier Peak, they need a win to get the top 3. Ron, the big stat, the call out here from quarter number 3.
Yeah, GP scored 20 and Jackson scored 15, so they won the third quarter. They got to win the fourth quarter to make it go, though.
And Joe Lee had 10 of those. He's got 12 for the game. They go deep. Spang still on him. They double it with Jensen. They get the turnover, and here comes Joe Lee. 1 on 5. Now he pulls it back out. Sam Waldo gets it. Cutting.
If GP could get their big man, or a couple of their big men involved, at least, I mean, get them 1 or 2 threes a game. They're not even guarding them down there. Tough
Cut
basket.
it again to 6. It had it at 6 with Joe Lee. Then Silas Williams hit the 2 free throws. 4 points for Cooper Jensen. Here's Williams going to work from the elbow. Gets his own rebound. Camp. McFerrin has 3 fouls, and what a move! That is dirty.
Pretty impressive. You don't have to look at the basket to score. Couldn't be me.
Back up to 8. Williams, or Joe Lee, got another one, drills it.
From Pilchuck driving this time. I don't even know how many more streets we got in Snohomish for him to hit
15 for Joe Lee, and he is keeping them in it.
Well, I was saying at the break, Joe's got to score another 10.
Closest gap so far in this game of 5. Williams, they double and takes a dribble, goes up, not there, rebound. Sproul, McFerrin, and Lechner comes down on the bounce. Joe Lee, now yes! Joe 3D Lee out of his mind, and Jackson needs a timeout.
From the Snohomish Aquatic Center.
We're going to keep it here.
I told you Joe Lee had to get hot if we're going to get back in this game, and he did.
You called it, Ron. Absolutely unconscious. Will he remember this at all, Kyle Dvorak?
Oh, I would remember. He's not even, it's like, that's a 3. He's shooting from mid-court.
18 of his 20.
He's serving from volleyball.
He really is. 18 of his 20 right here in the second half so far. 48, this game to 2. We had as big a lead. There's it is again. He just pull it up.
Yeah, I'm hitting the free throw line if I'm shooting that.
I tell you what, it's Chick-fil-A. You better come out to the car. No drive-through for Joe Lee, right?
Wow.
You better bring that machine out to the car.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back.
He can drop from anywhere.
Well, we thought we were going to have a blowout ball game here at the start of this first quarter with Jackson, but now we got a winner here.
Really did. Jackson came out on absolute fire. Caden Sproul was also unconscious, 3-pointer after 3-pointer. Now Williams got back into the game. He was relatively quiet. And now the GP student section has something to cheer about as Hawkins brings it up for the Timberwolves. McFerrin.
And I know that the cheerleaders in Vegas right now, Vegas is sweating.
They are.
They are.
Trying to front him now. Williams out front. Bigby, they switch on him. 9 on the shot clock. Hawkins. McFerrin deep, goes in. Not going to get the shot. McFerrin fouled, so the basket does not count.
See, I don't know about that one.
We had a little malfunction here. Somebody unplugged us as we go to a break. The foul second there on Lechner. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll make sure the plugs are plugged in. We got the generator going. We'll be back right after this.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Back here, Scott Ohsman, Kyle, take a charge. Dvorak around the wedge. Henthorn, we got Todd Elvig spinning the dials. 5-tool player Sarah Elvig on camera, and also keeping the electricity on.
We're all plugged in. We need some good plugs.
We do. So the foul there, the no basket was called. Very Jackson crowd not happy about that, understandably. Tough call. We'll have to look on the replay.
I think it was the right call.
Nonetheless, there's an
Odell Beckham catch.
Almost, yes. Camp has to go high up for that. So Steve Johnson out of the timeout. See what he drew up.
Yeah, they need to get it inside.
Hawkins. Great dish, and McFerrin finishes.
That's a drop of a century. You know your best player is going to get the ball. GP knows they have to double team him. If he's smart enough to get that ball outside, someone backside is always going to stop you.
Spang leading it out now. They're trying to get Jolie open on a cut. Here comes Jolie all the way out. Boy, he is running. Go inside. Jensen looking for something. Goes up, stopped by Williams.
He's got to shoot it
back, but he's got 1 second, no seconds. Did it hit the rim? They say it hit the rim. Lechner goes up, and there's a foul.
There ought to be a foul in there.
And the Jackson coaches are going crazy that it didn't hit the rim. And that's going to be the 4th foul on McFerrin.
Now, where is Replay Rob when you need him?
We need Replay Rob Wygant. We're checking the.
Hold on, this man is tatted. He is tatted at the free throw line.
Yes, he is.
Time for some grown man free throws.
Lechner has had a tough night from the free throw stripe. 0 for 4.
Now we can't argue that one didn't hit the rim.
He is a running back.
Heading to Washington State as a running back. He misses that one. Big rebound for Jackson. 4:22 left in this one.
The next Max Borghi.
There you go. Sproul out front. And Silas just finding real estate, but this time he bounces it up, and it's going to go off the backboard, and it's going to be GP ball. Just ran out of room.
I know they really haven't been calling a lot of stuff, but I think he's been getting hacked down there. Way to keep his composure, too. He knows even if you're hitting him, you're not hitting him, he's going to give you buckets.
So 4:08, Steve Johnson, the head coach for Jackson, he's going to sit McFerrin with 4 fouls. Glacier Peak has 16 fouls. Jackson only with 14 fouls as we head in under 4 minutes to go.
Now, if GP did a little bit of scouting, you need to foul at the end of the game, and we know who their worst free throw shooters are. You could actually use that 1-on-1 to your advantage.
Jolie, floater, with the touch. What a half by the sophomore, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Lee.
He must have been sleeping during the first half, Scott.
He was unconscious in a different way.
Camp with a tough turnaround, flip out, and it's going to go Grizzly basketball.
I agree.
I can go either way. The reason, a lot of people get mad at that, but the rule is if you're going up and someone pushes your hand into the ball, it's off on the person who pushed it.
Hard to see that sometimes.
Which is really hard to explain in men's league games.
Yeah. Down at the Y?
Yeah. Like,
Spang getting some time out here looking.
Move it.
Sproul, and it's aggressive extended D here. 7 seconds on the shot clock, got to make a move. Bigby drives, dishes it. Lechner, the tip, not there, and Williams comes down. Zimmerman had a shot for the putback.
Would have been a tie if he'd have made those. Lots of GP fans making noise out there.
That's what they need. They should have been doing it all game. We were talking about it earlier, Scott. The trash talk. I don't care if I'm losing by 20. I'm in your ear.
Blackburn drives, now the dish. Got it! Trey Hawkins comes up with a massive 3-ball. 53-48, 2:23. And head coach McGarry, he wants a TO with 2:21 left to go. They have closed it within 2, had a chance to tie, and we'll keep it right here.
How many threes you got for Jolie?
Should have 3.
1, 2, 3, 4 3-pointers for Jolie. I've got 4 3-pointers for Caden Sproul at Jackson. Silas has 2 3-pointers, and Trey Hawkins with that big 3 right there. That was a huge bucket. Kyle Dvorak. He hasn't. He was hot early, been playing good defense, and then he had to hit a big one, and he comes through.
It's different. I think a lot of coaches will get in this mode, and I see in the NFL all the time. Instead of playing to win, you're playing to not lose.
Yeah.
And you make dumb decisions, so you
Well,
got to play aggressive a little bit. Obviously, it's a game of back and forth, but
that's the analytics.
Oh, okay, do we listen to the analytics, or we listen to he's got that dog in him?
There we go.
Get this man the ball.
Nate Spang and GP crawling back. Came in, just that they're in this game is a miracle. And there's a whistle down. Is it an off ball or is it?
Off ball. Jolie putting in work off the ball, too.
So
what a special player, especially as a sophomore.
Foul's going to go on Trey Hawkins. That's his second. 15 foul. Deep 3 for Jolie. Ends up on his can. Bigby with the rebound. Great defense there by Camp. Oh, what a pick. Under 2 to go.
Clock's working for Jackson right now. They need to run some climb.
Williams. Camp, little spot up. Too much. Sproul again with a huge rebound. Silas for a 3-footer, and he gets it. Nice touch.
Once again, discipline, getting those rebounds. I want to see Jackson's offensive rebound count.
55-48, 129 left to go. Glacier Peak just hanging on. They play Bothell on Saturday. Bigby drives in, and he draws the whistle.
So now they're 1 away from 1-1.
That's the 16 foul, as you said, Kyle.
If you can make these 2, they're within 5. I don't know. I mean, the refs haven't been calling it all game. Maybe at the end of the game it's going to get cheeky, just like the wedge said during the last one.
First on Blackburn. Bigby, he has been very good, except there from the free throw line. I didn't jinx him, though, Ronnie.
No, you didn't. Well, watch closely here because Jolie has Trey Hawkins in his pocket, and Trey's not letting him get anywhere.
Yep.
He's being 100% face guarded.
And McFerrin checks back in. He's got 4 fouls in him, and he'll take a seat. They'll put Cooper Jensen back in for GP.
You'd be lucky to see Jolie get the ball in the rest of this game.
You're absolutely right.
I will say I can appreciate these gray jerseys. I've always said GP needs some alternates, you know. Maybe a black jersey down the line would be pretty cool.
Bigby gets that one.
Big aesthetic guy.
Yes, you are. It's all about the merch, baby. Williams, great dish, and Sproul thinks better of it. Checks out now. It's a scrum on the ground. Bigby comes up with it. Here's GP.
No!
Oh, and tried to get it to Spang, and it goes out of bounds as a TO.
GP did not need that little mistake.
Could have drawn within 4 if they got the bucket. Now Camp with 1:05 left to go. Just Jolie out in the press. McFerrin, tough pass. That was a 50-50 ball between 2 big gentlemen.
Jensen's going to get it, I think.
And that's going to go on Cooper, his second, but that is the 17th foul. And there's a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout. Talk about our player of the game. Stay tuned. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Kyle Dvorak, and Ron the Wedge Henthorn. boy, it was loose, and then it got tight, and then it's kind of loose back. GP gets it within 2, and now it's going to be about the free throws, and Silas Williams, the senior, at the line. Glad you are with us. We got more big-time basketball coming up. Playoffs right here on STSPN. Check all the socials and our YouTube channel. Silas misses, but a big rebound. Sproul once again. He has been magnificent tonight.
Timeout, Jackson.
The timeout or a foul?
Is that a foul?
Oh, I thought he called timeout.
Yeah, they must have.
I think that's a foul on Spang, his first. That's going to be.
This is going to be just like the end of a close NBA game. 10 minutes for the last 1 minute.
There you go. Camp hits it. That's his first bucket of the second half, Harrison Camp, but he's played excellent defense. Oh, yeah, they put 52.6 back on there. And Camp, easy, with the second big bucket there, 57-49. Spang, Jensen trying to find Jolie. Jolie, desperate three, in and out. Big rebound again by Camp, and help each other up.
They have a foul down there on Waldo.
See who they're going to put that. That is going to go on. Waldo gets his, that's going to be his fourth.
Right. Well, that'll just about ice it for Jackson, I think, if he can make these 2 shots right here.
It's going to be tough.
Sometimes you got to believe.
Stick around. We'll have an interview with our Adrenaline fundraiser player of the game as Camp hits the first. And what do you guys think? We're unanimous on our player of the game. Is that correct?
I
But
think
we'll,
so.
we'll hold that just for a second.
Yep.
Joe Lee. Oh, what a pick. Great defense on Joe Lee. Spang, deep three, nothing there. And Blackburn gets the rebound, 30.2, and they start heading for the exits.
Start the buses.
And Sam Waldo will be retired for the evening. That's his 5th. Yes, Ronnie?
This game is going Jackson's way, and it went that way in the first quarter, but GP came out and said it ain't going to happen in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It turned around for him.
Well, and tonight, Mariner, who's 3-2, they need that win. They play Kamiak tonight. I don't have a live score for us, but it's all coming down. It's going to go back and forth. They only take 3 out of the 5 teams.
Yep.
And
I think they got
Blackburn hits that. And the next game, it's a big game. It is, but I don't know. It might be. So Jackson's next game is against at Lake Stevens Tuesday night.
Yep.
So they'll see for the 4A Westco Championship. Blackburn hits that.
GP's playing at Bothell on Saturday.
Play on Bothell on Saturday, and then we'll have next Tuesday night. I will be fortunate to be again. We'll have Glacier Peak Mariner next Tuesday night at Glacier Peak. An errant pass there gets out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Timberwolves. What a tremendous win here for Jackson, you guys. They've been sputtering right off and on. They lost the one at GP. They had a tight one against Mariner. Kamiak a 1-point win, and now they're kind of starting to put together. They look like the ones to beat. 61-49, 19 seconds left, right? I mean, this Jackson team, as always, it's not who you play, it's when you play them, right, Kyle?
Absolutely. It's where you play, who you play, how you're playing. I mean, Jackson has just played a complete game all around. I think everyone that has got in the game has at least scored a bucket.
They got 7 players scoring out there for them tonight.
And and it's not like they're easy buckets too, because there's I mean, just like Applebee's canceling the Dollarita, there's been a lot of bad calls this game.
Oh man.
Hooray for Applebee's.
Hawkins hits that. Here's Big B. And Camp's had a great night tonight as well as they go down under 10 seconds. And the Jackson students, they're going to get this one. It is even on this season. Glacier Peak wins at home and Jackson wins at home. 63-49. Come on back. Our player of the game for Jackson, number 0, the 6'4 senior, Caden Sproul. We'll have an interview. Our number 0, our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game, right after these messages.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
All right, we're back with our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game. Jackson wins 63-49. Caden Sproul. Caden, you started off right. Were you hitting them out in the playground tonight before you came in? My God, you were on fire. You hit 3 threes right off the way, and you get everybody jacked up.
Felt good.
Were you a pregame All-American too? Were you hitting them all in pregame?
I was hitting them all day.
You were open. You were hitting them before you got in the gym, right?
They told them to leave. They told them to leave me open, so I had to take advantage of it.
So talk about this club. Talk about you coming off to win Kamiak, and talk about GP. You guys obviously, did you talk about beforehand? You didn't like losing over in their house, right?
Yeah. We talked about we played all right against Kamiak. I think we could have won by a lot more, but moved on. Got the dub, so moved on to GP. We couldn't play like last time, so we had to step it up.
Ronnie, you got a hard-hitting question?
Well, I got a good question for you. GP got it down to about 2 points there, and you got a big call timeout there from your coach, Johnson. What did he say to you guys to go out and do?
He said stay solid, stay locked in, and do what we do.
Didn't call any special plays?
Nope, he knew we had it.
You had it, okay.
Kyle? Now, Kyle, he's the all-time charge leader for about 10 minutes at Glacier Peak. You got anything for Caden?
All I got to say is right now you guys are playing with a ton of confidence. Has that always been there? Has that been on this winning streak? Where do you guys see yourself going forward from right now?
I feel like it's great. I feel like we've gained more confidence over the time, but at the start of the season we were a little low and went up.
Not about how you start, how you finish.
Caden,
exactly.
Tell me how physically was it out there tonight? Do you think they were calling fouls that shouldn't have been called? Or
not too much. A lot of our players had blood on their jerseys from them, so we had to get a lot of them bleached.
So it's pretty rough out there tonight.
Yeah.
That first quarter, second quarter, you guys down low and you were banging down underneath the hoop there, and they weren't calling anything, right?
Definitely.
Do you like that style of play?
Yeah, of course.
Every big man does.
Are you a football player?
Yeah, but
I used to play.
Then he drops out. He goes behind the arc and says, "See you later." I see what you're doing over there. It's a little head fake situation.
Come on.
All right, get him a T-shirt. He's our Caden Sproul, our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game. Let's get a picture with your T-shirt. Outstanding job tonight. 16 points in the win. The RPI for this team is 5. It is high. Get it right there. Caden Sproul, our Adrenaline Fundraiser player of the game. Congratulations, young man.
Well, thank you, guys.
All right, have a great game against Lake Stevens next Tuesday, and good luck into the playoffs. All right.
Scott, what a ball game tonight we had, huh?
That was an outstanding. It looked like, again, we didn't know if it was going to be a blowout there, and then 3D Lee, Joe Lee.
Yeah.
And christened the name 3D Lee tonight.
Yeah, Joe
because
Lee.
He showed you everything for Glacier Peak.
A lot from Joe Lee, but a little bit too late.
Yeah. And you have to give the credit to Steve Johnson. The defense was
phenomenal.
Relentless.
Yeah, they didn't stop. They knew there wasn't going to be a lot of fouls called. So what do? You stay solid, you stay disciplined, you grab those rebounds. If they're not grabbing 15, close to 20 offensive rebounds this game, I think GP stays in it. But that is a really disciplined ball club, grabbing everything they need to do, winning the hustle plays. it looked like it was over. They let it come back, but they really deserved that win.
I should have told Caden Sproul he matched Silas Williams at 16 points.
Yeah, he did.
When does that happen?
That's what we talked about it before the game. He needed to do it.
Yeah, he needed to do it, and Silas needed to do what he did tonight, which was play a good offensive ball game, and he had about 4 or 5 really, really good assists.
Oh, great assists. And talk about Jackson's ability off the offensive boards, guys. They had just time after time. They had 1 chance, 2 chances, 3 chances. They were killing them on the offensive boards all night, but especially in that first half.
Boxing out, just being Johnny on the spot, right? Right place, right time. It's hard to beat a team that's getting that many chances, right? You want to limit 1 chance. They miss it, now we get a chance. But they miss it, they get a chance. They miss it, they get a chance. They miss it, they get a chance. Putting up that, I mean, and also Glacier Peak shooting like -8% for the first
Yeah,
quarter.
they had a rough time getting the lid off the basket. Well, for Glacier Peak, I'm not a math major, but it's going to be tough to get in the playoffs. They're only picking 3. They go to 2 and 4. And Jackson will go to 5 and 2. We'll see what happens Lake Stevens, and then Mariner fighting for that 3rd spot if they got the win over Kamiak, which in theory they should.
They should have. Yep.
Mariners playing well tonight, so that could be the top 3 going to the playoffs, which is another weird thing. I know you're an alum of GP. It's just weird when they're not going to the playoffs. That's unprecedented since their opening in 2008.
Is this the first time?
It could be, but we got a little ways to go, Ronnie, right?
A little
ways
magic
to go.
there.
We got GP coming against Mariner next week, and GP is hungry for a win right now.
And maybe, could they play spoiler Ron the Wedge Henthorn?
Could they? It's possible. Next Tuesday night, we'll be there and see.
All right. For Todd Elvig, the 5-tool player, executive producer, Sarah Elvig on camera and plugging in the machine. Way to go. Ron the Wedge Henthorn. Kyle Dvorak, nice job. You got all the one-liners in, everything on your script good?
I got everything good. Love you, Mom.
All right, this is Scott Ohsman saying so long. Jackson wins it 63-49. You're watching STSPN. Good night.
Good night.